What's up, listeners? Thanks for checking out the second episode of the second season of This Is the Way. I have quite a few things to talk about today. I'm looking at the notepad on my phone right here. First thing I wanted, let's start by saying the music that you're gonna hear in the background is all DMCA free. It's license free music. You don't have to worry about DMCA strikes if you are listening to this podcast on a stream or if you are putting it in your Twitter profile or whatever. You don't have to worry about any negative strikes coming towards your way. The music is from Stream Beats. It's the lo-fi playlist from Harris Heller. You can check it out on Spotify, YouTube. They have a Discord where you can get the direct links to add to your content if you'd like that. But yeah, so shout out to Harris Heller for that. So you'll be hearing some music on the background of these podcasts now. Second thing I wanted to say is thank you for watching this. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and tick that bell if you want to get notified whenever I go live or post new videos onto my channel. It's been a journey, doing this podcast. Coming into season 2, I think we did like 16 episodes for season 1 and interviewed some people, and it was mostly like me and Deathcore talking about a bunch of stuff on there, which is, perfectly fine with me. I love getting together with him and just talking about stuff. I'm really surprised we didn't get together today. I'm hoping that our move isn't going to be until maybe after next week, and I can do one more in-person streamcast with him before we move out to Vegas for a couple years, because that's going to be the plan. We're in the process, of getting approved for an apartment. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm playing with a little pop filter for one of my old headsets. Speaking of my kid, messed up my $330 HyperX that Deathcore bought for me as a present last year. And whenever you listen to it, it's the Cloud Orbit S, by the way. Whenever you listen to it, it just sounds like everything's underwater and distorted. And so now that's my kid's headset, and he gets to play with that. And I just bought myself, I'm like looking for it. It's so weird. I have a wireless headset now. It's the HyperX Cloud Stinger wireless edition. It's got the little swivel feature, microphone to mute and everything. Only problem is I'm getting told that the microphone quality sucks compared to the Cloud Orbits that I had, which is understandable. I paid $80 for this headset, and the other headset was $330, so quite a big difference there. Normally, when it comes to gear, there's not much of a difference in like an $80 thing to a $300 thing when it comes to like a camera. You can get an $80 web camera, and you can take a $300 DSLR camera, and you can get the same quality for your streams if you have good lighting. And it's like, when it comes to microphones, that microphone in that headset was so amazing. I would always get asked in random games like, oh, are you a YouTuber? Or are you a streamer? It's like, actually, I am. That's why I have a good headset. Shout out to Deathcore for that. But RIP to that headset. I'm going to have to end up getting a new one once I get my taxes in, because this one's not cutting it for gaming. For listening to music and stuff, it's great, it's cool, but if you're playing a competitive FPS game like Counter-Strike or Valorant where you need to hear positioning of people on a map, you can't really do that with this. Like people that are on the left of me are either back here, over here, up there, and it's all just to the left in this headset. I can't really tell. With the old headset, it was I could pinpoint people's locations based off of sound. It was insane. Another thing I wanted to go into was unwanted spam Instagram DMs. I know a lot of you that are in the gaming community are getting these. I don't even know how many of you in the gaming community actually listen to these podcast episodes, but if you do, I'm sure you get these DMs. You'll get them from clothing companies. You'll get them from like gamer gear stuff. Let me go into my Instagram real quick just so I can go over a couple of these. And if this rings for any of you, let me see. It's funny because a lot of my DMs are sent out mass DMs like, hey, thanks for the follow. Check out my YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So let me see if I can scroll to one of these clothing companies. I normally delete them right away, but I wanted to save a couple for podcast episode purposes. Oh, this was a company that was like gummies and functional shrooms, they said. I was like, oh, okay. I actually can get gummies from Swift, which is my nootropic company. Shout out to Swift Lifestyles. I can't find any of these now. Now that I want to like show you guys and talk about it, I can't find them. Oh well. Maybe I'll go back and screenshot and we'll do it in the next episode. But these people talk about wanting you to be a brand ambassador, and they'll give you this discount code that you can give to other people and you'll make a commission off of sales. But you need to be realistic. Like, how many of your followers are going to spend $30 to $40 on a shirt or whatever, on a piece of product from a company they don't know, just because you have a discount code for them? So you take all these brand deals, you get all these brand deals with these companies, and you're making all these promotional posts for them, making the company bigger, like giving them promotion. They're not paying you at all for this promotion. They're giving you a small commission. And in order to even get paid out from these companies, you have to hit a threshold, from the commissions. It'll be like $50 or $25 or something. And you're making like $1.50 to $2 on a shirt sale, so you have to sell like 20 to 25 shirts before you even get paid out. You think you got 20 to 25 people as a small streamer that are going to buy shirts from a company that they don't know to support you? You need to be smart when you take brand deals with people, because companies talk to each other. Like, I used to be affiliated with a chair company called OP Seat, and I noticed that OP Seat just takes anybody, and they don't really make that big of an impact in the community as far as what I've seen. They just want to sell their products. That's what it comes off to me. They might be different. I don't know. I haven't talked to them personally. I don't even know anybody that runs OP Seat, but I've actually had conversations via emails and DMs with Technosport, from, I'm not going to say names from people in there, but from multiple people. I've been an affiliate with them for probably like 2 years now, and I'm almost partnered level with them. Not only do I get free product, this chair was free. Like, I make promotional posts on my Instagram and Twitter when they do sales and stuff, and you can use my code to get a discount on top of that. So that's why I do it. But this was a free chair. Like, my fiance that you see sitting back here, if you're watching this on YouTube, the chair she's in was my old Technosport chair. That's the first one that I got. And I actually got another free chair and gave that away to my community. And Technosport gives away 3% of all profit to charities, and it's like a different charity each time. So I really respect them for that. I like the fact that they're about the community, and, their impression has been nothing but positive for me. So that's why I pick a company like Technosport. Like, there's so many nootropic companies out there. Nootropics are like these energy drinks, like G Fuel, Razor Wire, Sneak. This one that I just got affiliated with is called Swift, right? And the reason why I took an affiliate with them, not to make the tiny bit of money that I'd be making off of sales from them, but I really like the product. Like, it's really good. Not only do they do nootropics, but they do gummies as well. And I feel like this whole podcast is becoming like a big fucking advertisement. So we're going to move on to something that I like to do while we're still on, the Instagram topic. I like to go through my following and my followers regularly, maybe like once a week or once every other week. And I just unfollow inactive accounts, or people that I realize aren't following me anymore, whether that be because they just didn't like my content anymore, or whether they followed me to unfollow me just because they thought I was going to follow them back for it. Whatever the case may be, if they're unfollowing me, there's no reason why I need to be following them. You know, like if I follow somebody on Instagram, it's because A, I like their content, or B, they're supporting me and following me and liking my content. If you're following me and you're not liking my content, why are you following me? I don't want empty support like that, and I'm sure nobody else does. It's nice to see the big numbers, you know, the bigger numbers in your following, but then when you go to your posts and there's still baby numbers, that's fake engagement. You know, it's all unauthentic. It's just not what I want to be about. So if you see my post, if you like my post, like them. If you don't like my shit, don't follow me. So basically, like, I'll go on your profile. If you haven't made a post since October, November of last year, why am I following your Instagram? I understand people get busy. I'm a dad. I'm a fiance. I work. I'm like in the process of moving. I still have time to go on my Instagram. I still have time to make posts on my socials. You know, like, come on now. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one. Don't be one. If you haven't made a post in months, I'm gonna unfollow you. Don't take it to heart. I just don't want to be following a bunch of people. I'm not even gonna see their shit pop up on my feed. Oh yeah. So another thing on here was it says possible move to Vegas and future plans. That possible move has turned into a going to happen move because all that we need now is a letter of transfer from my job saying I'm going to be working at this job in Vegas. And that's going to be super easy because all of my managers love me at my job. Shout out to my current job and my crew back here in Arcadia. You guys are awesome. If anybody's listening to this production team, you guys are the best. Shit, man. It's been crazy. Like, I really had planned on being there for like a long time, and I want to come back. You know, I do. I think going to Vegas is going to be, it's going to be a good step in the right direction for us because it's going to take us away from Cali and the distractions, and we can kind of focus on building. You know, we're going to be out there with my boy Patrick. Shout out to Patty, Archer I-135. He's actually a part of Rectify Gaming. For those that are in the gaming community, you can check out Rectify Gaming on Instagram and Twitter. Hopefully, you know, everything just goes smooth. I just want, you know, I want a smooth move. I want the transition to my job to be smooth. I want, you know, like, I just want everything to go as planned. I want us to build. I want to build up my credit. I want to save up. And then I want to come back here. We're going to get our own place, like a nice 2 or 3 bedroom here for us. And, you know, I'll be working back at the company here in Arcadia. You know, like, I love this team. And I don't want to leave, but I have to, you know, so. So we do this podcast, right? We do this podcast. We keep people updated. You know, people like to stay updated with what's going on. And this is a lot better than a quick little 1-minute Instagram video or a little few minute IG live, whatever it is, you know. Hey, this is what's going on in my life. We got this podcast because we talk about different stuff. You know, it's not just what's going on in my life. It's what's going on in your lives. You know, if you guys have anything that you want talked about, you shoot me a message and I put it in, you know, like, I'll get it in on an episode for sure. There's another podcast out called An Odd Epiphany, and I'm actually going to be a guest speaker on that podcast, and I'm going to mention this podcast and hopefully get them onto an episode of This Is the Way, and you know, just collaborate with each other. And that's what it's about, dude. You know, that's how you grow authentically. You know, like, this isn't going into somebody's stream and saying, hey, what's up? Hope you have a good stream, and then leaving, you know, because what, you want people to see your name in their chat, like you're active or something, when that's all you said? What if the streamer says, hey man, how have you been? You know, like, blah, blah, blah. How's your family? Then you don't even say anything because you're not even in there anymore. You know, like, that's not authentic engagement. You know, like, if you are going to go into somebody's stream, do it when you have time to do it, or keep a tab open and don't say anything. You know, like, if you're going to say, hey, what's up? If you're going to engage in a conversation, engage in a conversation. That's all I'm saying. I'm done with Twitch, though. I believe I'm shadow banned on Twitch. Nobody gets notifications when I go live. So I don't know if that's something new that Twitch has to where you need to like unfollow then refollow, or like tick the bell and retick it to get notifications when people that you've already been following go live, which is stupid. But I think the reason why I got shadow banned was for posting content somewhere else that was streamed on Twitch within 24 hours, which is strictly against their TOS. As a Twitch affiliate, whatever you stream on Twitch, Twitch has sole rights to for 24 hours. Okay, so if you stream at night, whatever, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock comes around, you're posting a clip from your stream on Instagram, which is essentially owned by Facebook. You know, you're posting that content that is supposed to be owned by Twitch somewhere else to be on that platform. And I think that's what shadow banned me. So I'm sticking to YouTube now. I'm keeping my same schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Well, I mean, shit, with this move coming, I don't even know if I'm going to have the same schedule, because I don't really want to do the same 7 to 3:30 production that I've been doing at this job, because over in Vegas we're getting this 3-bedroom for like $1,300 a month, you know, and split between us and my boy Patrick, that's $650 each. So $650 a month for rent for a 3-bedroom that we're going to be in. I'm not going to be working this 40 hours a week. You know, I'm going to spend more time with my family. So I'm gonna spend more time with my family. I'm gonna work more on Beskar. You know, we're gonna grow. This is the way. Exactly. This is not the end of the podcast though. So if you're watching right now, if you're panning through, don't forget to hit that like for me and make sure you're subscribed. All that good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, WoW Retail, you guys. I was talking about this in the last podcast episode, but there's so much to do in WoW Retail. So I made a rogue, right? I made a rogue, you know, picked my covenant, was doing that, and then my boy Dylan, who got me into WoW Retail and actually got Shadowlands for me, reimbursed my purchase of Shadowlands, I should say, who was like, dude, you should make a prop pally. And normally I don't focus pallies because rogue is more my playstyle, but coming from classic, the two characters that I did have were a rogue and a paladin. And then, you know, like I made a paladin first when I was playing solo, and then when I started playing with my boy Deathcore, I made my rogue because that's my character class. So in retail, I started out with a rogue, but I was playing solo, you know, and I did all that. I was playing with my boy Dylan a little bit, but most of my quests were solo. And I was like, dude, if I'm going to do this and I got to grind up to 60, I might as well do a paladin, you know? So I made a paladin. And what's different about retail from classic is with classic, you can build your paladin with different spec skills, and with retail you kind of have to spec into that talent, you know, like you have to spec into a prot pally or a protection pally or a retribution pally or a holy pally. And I mean, in retail you go through all 3 artifacts, so you really could be whichever you want, and you really should. Like if you have a paladin, you should have a gear set for holy and skill set with your, you know, your skill bar, because you can change your skill set on your skill bar. One for holy, one for ret, and one for prop. That was some advice that was given to me from another WoW player, somebody that has been vetted into the game for probably like 10 years plus now. He's like, yeah, dude, just play everything, you know, because I normally play a prop pally. When I got queued up into this dungeon, I got queued up as DPS, so it made me a rep pally, and it switched up my skills, and I had to like change things around. He's like, dude, you should just have 3 sets, that way you're on top of it. You know, I was like, dude, that's smart. You know, it's good advice. So you do meet some pretty cool people, you know, in the WoW community that want to help out and share their knowledge, and I think that's how everybody should be. You know, like, don't be stingy with some shit. If you're smart, if you know something, share it. You know, like, unless it's going to hinder you, share it. You know, no harm done, no bad done, no foul play. I don't really have too much more, honestly, to talk about this on this podcast episode. I'm probably going to keep it a little bit short. If you're a company, you know, and you want to get an ad on this podcast, shoot me a message. You know, I can do like a quick 30 to 45 second little ad about your product. We can talk deals. So let me know. Thanks for listening. This is the way.